Hello guys, welcome to Study Algorithms. Before I begin this video, I want to let you know that this is just an introductory video to the Algorithmic Paradigms course, and I will not be discussing any code examples in this. This video is mostly for folks who are just getting started with programming. So, if you have some pre-hand experience with programming, I would recommend you to skip this and check the links in the description below to get to actual problem solving. If you are still with me, it means you are new to the world of programming or you are just looking up to brush up your skills. Well, first of all, congratulations to yourself on taking this decision to learn about algorithmic paradigms. Getting your basics clear is the first step towards being a better developer and a better programmer. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. So, let's get started. Number 1. Who is this course for? A strong foundation is really essential for a stable construction. This course is for anyone and everyone who wants to learn the basics of problem solving in computer science. It would be particularly helpful for students who are just starting their college degree in this field. Even as a professional, if you are preparing for interviews, this course can give you a good starting point if you have lost touch with your basics. Once your core concepts are strong, you can get an idea about how to approach a problem. To give you an example, if you're solving a riddle and someone gives you a clue, you are able to narrow down your thoughts and tend to think in a particular direction. Programming is very similar to that, and you can find solutions in unexpected places. Number 2. What do you mean by algorithmic paradigms? If you aspire to be a better programmer, you must understand that the problem can be solved in many ways. Algorithmic paradigms define exactly that. It defines the basic framework and the skeleton about how the solution would look like, and gives you some general approach to move towards an efficient solution. This, however, does not mean that following a certain paradigm is guaranteed to lead you to an optimal solution. You would still need to analyze and sometimes even mathematically prove that the approach that you took led you to an optimal solution. Greedy algorithms, by the way, are notoriously famous for those kind of proofs. Number 3. What is this course about? In this mini video series, I will be talking about all the different algorithmic paradigms. For each of the paradigm that we discuss, I would first explain you what do you mean by that and why is it so important. I always believe that it is easier to understand things if you can relate them to your day-to-day life. Hence, for each of these algorithmic paradigms, I would try to work with you and relate to an example that you can find in your daily life. You would be surprised to know that unknowingly you have been applying these paradigms all your life, even as a kid. Once we establish the definition, I would go over a famous problem for each of the method. We will analyze the problem and try to solve it together. I will also show you a step-by-step working demo of the solution. Please feel free to pause, rewind, or fast forward anywhere in the video and mention your doubts in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as possible to solve all your queries. Last but not the least, do you need any kind of programming knowledge to follow through this course? Since these are just methods, we focus on how to solve them rather than how to implement them. And hence, I do not use any kind of code in this video series. I also believe that using technical terms at an early stage can cause confusions in your mind. That is a step for later when you want to express your ideas very concisely. In fact, most of these techniques have been explained using objects that you see in your daily household: a puzzle, a board game, a book, some currency notes, etc. Yes, we apply these algorithms everywhere. However, it would be easier to follow through this course if you are aware about how problems in computer science look like. If you are well informed with what are arrays, strings, matrices, you should be good to follow through the course. Without wasting any more time, let's get started on this journey to know more about programming and problem solving. You can get started by watching the next video in this playlist, or simply start off with brute force algorithmic paradigms. Check the link in the description below. Without further ado, good luck.